Act confidently. To develop your craze when you are facing an audience, act as if you are already have it. Of course, unless you are prepared, all the acting in the world will avail but little. But granted that you know what you are going to talk about, step out briskly and take a deep breath. In fact, breathe deeply for 30 seconds before you ever face your audience. The increased supply of oxygen will buoy you up and give you courage. The great tenor Jan D. Reskic used to say that when you had your breath so you could sit it on it, nervousness vanished. When a youth of the Penuel tribe in Central Africa attains manhood and wishes to take unto himself a wife, he is compelled to undergo the ceremony of flagellations. The women of tribe foregather, singing and clapping their hands to rhythm of tom-toms. The candidate strides forth, stripped neck to the waist. Suddenly, a man armed with a cruel whip set upon the lad, beating his bare skin, lashing him, flogging him like a fid. Welts appear. Often the skin is cut, blood flows, scars are made that last a lifetime. During this scoring, a venerable judge of tribe crouches at the feet of victim to see if he moves or exhibits the slightest evidence of pain. To pass the test successfully, the torture aspirant must not only endure the ordeal, but as he endures it, he must singing a paean of praise. In every age, in every clime, man has always admired courage. So, no matter how your heart may be pounding inside, stride forth bravely, stop and stand still like the scored youth of Central Africa and like him. Act as he if you loved it. Draw yourself up to your full height and look your audience straight in the eyes and begin to talk as confidently as if you everyone one of them own your money. Imagine that they do. Imagine that they have assembled there to be bid you for an extension of credit. The psychological effect on you will be beneficial. Do not nervously button and unbutton your coat and fumbly with your hand. If you are make nervous movement, place your hand behind your back and twist your finger there where no one can be see the performance or wiggle your toes. As a journal rule, it is bad for a speaker to hide behind furniture, but it may give you a little courage the first few times to stand behind a table or chair and to grip them tightly or hold a coin firmly in the palm of your hand. How did the Theodore Roosevelt develop his characteristic courage and self-reliance? Was he endowed by nature with a venturesome and the daring spirit? Not at all. Having been a rather strictly and awkward boy, he confesses in his autobiography, I was, as a young man, at the first both nervous and distrustful of my own prowess. I had to train myself painfully and laboriously, not merely as regards my body, but as regards my soul and spirit. Fortunately, he has told us how he achieved the transformation. When a boy, he writes, I read a passage is on of Marat's book which always impressed me. In this passage, the captain of some small British man of war is explaining to hero how to acquire the quality of fearlessness. He says that at the outset, almost every man is frightened when he goes into action, but that the course to follow is for the man to keep such a grip on himself that he can act just as if he were not frightened. After this is keep up long enough, it changes from pretense to reality, and the man does in very fact become fearless by the sheer dint of praising fearlessness when he does not feel. I am using my own language, not Maryat. Act confidently. To develop your craze when you are facing an audience, act as if you are already have it. Of course, unless you are prepared, all the acting in the world will avail but little. But granted that you know what